Mr Speaker.
I call the Honourable Ruth Dyson.
I'd like to begin by moving an extension of time for the member who's just resumed his seat, maybe for another 3 minutes. Seriously, Mr Speaker, can I begin my contribution by saying talofa lava, malo Samoa, as part of my contribution to celebrate the wonderful Samoan language, which has its performance immediately following the New Zealand Sign Language week celebration which we had last week, and I'm just calling on the member Ron Mark to give as much highlighting to Samoan language as he did to New Zealand Sign Language last week, but perhaps in a more gentle way. But the publicity we got for that language was great. Mr Speaker, this is a pretty momentous occasion tonight. I think that this is one of the few times since 2008 that we haven't had on the order paper a gambling amendment bill of some description. So I'm delighted to be speaking to the Gambling Amendment Bill number 3. The other significance of this legislation is that, as other members have indicated, the Minister who spoke, the member from Invercargill, and my colleague who is responsible for gambling issues for Labour, Adrian Rurafi, all indicated that with a couple of policy points as exceptions, this bill has been supported by the Select Committee and most of the submitters. The submitters came to our committee and said, we support this bill except for one area and it doesn't go far enough in another. That was the basis of the contribution of some really substantial submissions, and I have to say also, Mr Speaker, some submissions that were very moving. It's a huge difference to be debating a bill that has got agreement as opposed to that shonky Sky City deal that Minister Stephen Joyce brought to this House, where we saw Sky City getting more pokies in return for a convention centre that compared to in 2011, when Sky City booted out all the competition and we were told that we'd have an international convention centre of up to 5,000 people. Now we've got, is it an international convention centre? I don't think so. A convention centre of fewer than 3,000 people. That's what that dodgy deal gave us.
This debate is interrupted and set down for resumption next sitting day. The House stands adjourned until 2 p.m. tomorrow. Whaafatai, manui lapo, tofa suifua.
Oh, beautiful pronunciation.